Feeling that cost of living crunch? Labara are here to help.
All I want is great customer service and network, but for less.
That's why Labara gives you 15 gigabytes of 5G data and unlimited UK minutes and text for just £10 a month. Plus, no contract, change or cancel anytime.
An excellent customer service.
So what's stopping you joining the bill-busting revolution? Labara. More for less.
Half is fake, but everybody's singing along. It's okay, we'll all soon be gone. Hey, what's the matter with the bright red lights? Hey, in the moment when the world went blind.
Good morning and welcome to day 5 of the British Summer Championships 2023 here live from Ponsforge International Sports Centre in Sheffield. I'm Liz Johnson. Here I am again. I'll be taking you through this morning's action. We are over halfway in terms of days, but we are exactly halfway in terms of sessions. We have another 3 heat sessions coming up for you this morning. The first one will get underway at 8:30, and that will have the women's 200 meters freestyle, the men's 200 breaststroke, men's and women's multi-class 200 meters individual medleys. Then it's the women's 200 meters backstroke, followed by the men's 100 meters butterfly. Before we move on to some more multi-class events, it's the 50 freestyle for both men and women, and we will finish off this morning's first heat session with the women's 50 meter butterfly. Then we've got some relay action for you. First it'll be the men in the 4x100 freestyle, and then it'll be the 2 o'clock start for the women's 4x200 freestyle relays. They will be heat declared winner. As ever, finals will start at 5 p.m. tonight, but as you just saw there, plenty of action to get through before we make it to that session, as our officials make their way back on to poolside for another day of action, and we'll get ready to welcome first swimmers of the day to the pool. That first event will be the women's 200 meters freestyle, and there will be 11 heats. Here are those swimmers for heat number 1 of our first event, the women's 200 meters freestyle. Here is your start list for heat number 1. So in lane 0, it's Sophie Palmer, Basildon and Phoenix. In 1, Lydia Caudle, Repton Swimming. In 2, Catherine Williams, Wickham District. In 3, Ella Smith, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 4, Alexandra Nerney of Hatfield. In 5, Chloe Barnard, Basildon and Phoenix. In 6, Isla Ince of Millfield. In 7, Madeline Hind, Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson. In 8, Iris Hurst, Warrington Warriors. And in 9, Olivia McCall of Repton. Turning first after 50, it is Nerney in lane 4 for Hatfield, then down in 0. Palmer was in second after that first turn. Pink Hat of Hatfield in that centre lane, lane 4, but as you can see there, going well in 0 and 1, it's Palmer and Caudle. Also going well for Northumberland and Durham. Smith in lane 3. As we come to the halfway stage, it's Palmer that gets the touch, 104.27. Ella Smith in third as Basil and Phoenix Barnard came through well in lane number 5. That orange hat there that you can see at the centre of your picture, but look up in lane number 8, Hurst, Warrington Warriors, one from the top. She's going well down this third 50. All of these swimmers in the 13 to 14 years age group. And over first it is Hurst. She's put in a 33.9 second 50 there, the only swimmer to go under the 34-second mark on that length. And there she is, leading the way, fighting back in the middle. It is Nerney of Hatfield. She's stroke for stroke with Barnard. Going well, still down in lane 1 is Caudle. She's had a strong last 50. And it will be Caudle that takes it, 2:11.21. Hurst 2:11.74. And Barnard coming through for the third place touch there, 2:13 flat. Lydia Caudle finishing up in a 32.18, 50 on that last length. There are your official results of heat number 1. Here is your start list for heat number 2. In lane 0, it's Tegan Gale of Woking. In 1, Catherine Noble, Newcastle Swim Team. In 2, Alice Forrest, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 3, Lois Child, Harrogate District. In 4, Alicia Stevens, City of Birmingham. In 5, Emma Wood, City of Leeds. In 6, Evie Cutter, Wigan Best. In 7, Annabelle Cook, City of Sheffield. In 8, Indigo Spence, Chelsea and Westminster. And in lane 9, it's Abigail Smiley for Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson. Turning first at the first 50 is Stevens of Birmingham in lane number 4. 29.8 for her, ahead of Forrest in 2 for Northumberland and Durham. There is your early race leader. She's looking good down this first 100 metres. Gale, Noble, Wood and Spence in the 15 years age group. All other swimmers in the 13 and 14 years age group. Going over first it is Stevens at the halfway stage. 102.73 for her. Alice Forrest still in second position, and Catherine Noble 1 lane closer to us at the bottom of your screen right now. Went over in third position. At the moment, those 3 clear of the rest, but now we see the charge coming on this third length, right at the top, going well in a battle. Spence and Smiley in 8 and 9. Also coming through well, City of Leeds, Emma Wood in lane 5. Forrest had a very good turn there in 2, used that underwater well. Brought her up level with Stevens. Stevens went into the turn with a 2/100th second advantage, so not much at all, and it was Forrest that came out in front. And now going well still in lane 1 is Catherine Noble. As we come into the finish, it will be Forrest and Stevens, but then behind them there's fast finishes everywhere. Catherine Noble gets it just from Evie Cutter and Emma Wood. Emma Wood was only 4/100ths then ahead of Indigo Spence. And there are your official results of heat number 2. Here is your start list for heat number 3. In lane 0, it's Jemima Saul, Portsmouth North Sea. In 1, Rebecca Coogan, Romford Town. In 2, Elizabeth Warner, City of Leeds. In 3, Darcy Smith, Portsmouth North Sea. In 4, Ellie Fries, Sutton and Cheam. In 5, Phoebe Chadwick of Teddington. In 6, Eva Lawson, Millfield. In 7, Grace Robinson, St Felix School. In 8, Alyssa Lowe, City of Leicester. And in lane 9, Asta Maddox of Millfield. Turning first, it's Fries in lane 4 from Coogan down in lane 1. And third after that turn, it was Lawson of Millfield in lane 6. There is Fries of Sutton and Cheam out in front at the moment. Going well, though, is Coogan down just 1 lane up from the bottom. 1 lane up from her now. Picking up pace is Warner from City of Leeds. And it will be Fries from Warner, from Coogan. Warner with a very strong second 50 there to bring her through into that second position. But Coogan now back in front after the turn. Going well right at the top is Maddox of Millfield in lane 9. Warner, Smith and Robinson in the 13 and 14 years age group. Everyone else in this one in the 15 years age group. And over at the final turn, it's still Ellie Fries that leads the way, 136.16, ahead of Elizabeth Warner, ahead of Rebecca Coogan. Coogan gets the better turns, but Warner's got the swim speed at the moment. She starts to come through and hit the front of the heat for the first time. Coming back strongly in 5 is Chadwick of Teddington. And it will be Warner that touches first. 2:08.79 for her. Coogan 2:10.12. And Chadwick coming through to get the third place touch. 2:10.33. Here are your official results of heat number 3. This is heat 4. In lane 0, it's Anna Tyers of Derby Excel. In 1, Tiffany Latham, the Royal Wolverhampton School. 2, Maisie Dickinson, Wickham District. 3, Mia McLeod, Swim IT. In 4, Ada Tublin Gichevskaya, Chelsea and Westminster. 5, it's Nancy Knight of Guildford City. In 6, Madison Emmett, Guildford City. In lane 8, Willow Harrison, City of Sheffield. And in lane 9, Alice Volkovaya of City of Salford. Over first, down at the bottom. In lane 0, it is Tyres, 29.44 for her. Then right over the other side, Volkovaya was second at the turn, just ahead of Willow Harrison, 1 lane from the top there. Going well now is Emmett in 6 for Guildford City. We've got no swimmer in lane 7. Starting to even itself out, but at the top and the bottom, it will be Tyres in 0 that goes over first. And then Volkovaya going over second at the halfway turn. Madison Emmett did come through to turn at third, but that red hat there you can see of Willow Harrison, City of Sheffield, still in this. In the middle of the pool now, working hard in 4 it is Tublin-Jefferskaya. She's runs for Chelsea and Westminster. Also going well in 2 for Wickham. It's Maisie Dickinson, but it's tyres over first. Now Emmett over second on that final turn, and Dickinson made her way into third. There is Maisie Dickinson, that green hat, and right here down at the bottom, Anna Tyres has led from the start, but in Guildford, in 6, Emmett is coming through strongly. There we go. As they stop the clock, Maisie Dickinson is in 2:09.108, just by 1/100th ahead of Madison Emmett, with Anna Tyres holding on for third place in that heat. Willow Harrison of Sheffield in the 13-14 years age group, the youngest in that one. They are your official results. Heat 4. This is heat number 5. Madison Wrens of City of Liverpool goes in 0. Elizabeth Land and Newcastle Swim Team in 1. Sky Austin Burrows of Rushmore Royals in 2. Caris Croak of Torvine Dolphins in 3. Sophie Davis, Millfield in 4. Francesca Baber of City of Cambridge in 5. Ava Cook of City of Sheffield in 6. Ruby Wheeler, Basildon and Phoenix in 7. Anna Farr of City of Leicester in 8. And Alice Young of Guildford City goes in 9. Again, down in lane 0, first at the first turn is Wrens, City of Liverpool, 29.49 for her. Sophie Davis of Millfield in lane 4 went over second, and Caris Croak of Torvine Dolphins went over third. There's a straight line behind, but out in front at the moment, it is that green hat of Millfield for Davis. Going well in 7, it's Ruby Wheeler, Basildon and Phoenix, and right at the bottom still, it's Madison Wrens, but she does turn just 0.2 of a second behind Davis of Millfield at the halfway stage. Davis going well, but still going well for Basildon and Phoenix. Wheeler up there in lane 7. It will be Davis over first, working hard in 3. It's Croak of Torvine Dolphins. But there is your heat leader at the moment, Sophie Davis of Millfield. There's Croak trying to get back on terms with Wheeler in 7. Still down the bottom here, City of Liverpool's Wrens. But Davis will take that heat, 2:07.10 ahead of 2:08.31 for Madison Wrens, and Ruby Wheeler 2:08.52, holding off Caris Croak for the third place touch. There are your official results of heat number 5. Here is your start list for heat number 6. In lane 0, Emily Johnson, Severside Tritons. In 1, Katie Lee, City of Salford. In 2, Kerry Henney, Warrington Warriors. In 3, it's Phoebe Arbuckle, Warrington Baths. In 4, Mia Goodale, Winchester City Penguins. In 5, Jessica Smelt, Borough of Kirklees. 6, it's Lucia Lopez, City of Milton Keynes. In 7, Annabelle Pilgrim, Guildford City. In 8, Catherine Renfrew, Perth City. And in lane 9, Eleanor Kay of Bolton Metro. First at the first turn, it's Jessica Smelt, lane 5, 29.78. Just 5/100ths ahead of Henny in 2 for Warrington Warriors. The yellow hat there at the bottom of your screen. So those two going well at the moment. Going well up in 8. It's Renfrew of Perth City, but it will be over first Smelt, followed by Henny, with Renfrew in third at the halfway stage. Trying to make a move in lane 0, it's Johnson of Sevenside Tritons, right down at the bottom. And Pilgrim of Guildford City in 7 now coming through the field well. Smelt will be over first, followed by Henny, and it is Pilgrim now with a 32.5 second, third 50 there. Brought her through into that third position. She seems to be carrying the most speed at the moment, but it's pretty tight at the front for Smelt and Henny. It will be Jessica Smelt, 2:06.87. And the Pilgrim did indeed come through for the second place touch, 2:07.49, and Kerry Henny, 2:07.63. Here are your official results of heat number 6. And here is your start list for heat 7. In lane 0, it's Shola Robinson, City of Sheffield. In 1, Isla Roberts, Hackney Aquatics. In 2, Libby Broder, City of Cardiff. In 3, Susie McNair, Stirling Swimming. In 4, Amelia John, City of Cardiff. In 5, Annabelle Quinn, City of Milton Keynes. In 6, Isla Jones, City of Sheffield. In 7, Emma Price, Northumberland and Durham. In 8, Stacey Roberts, Plymouth Leander. And in 9, Maria Mishchenko of University of Aberdeen. Over first, it was Price in lane 7 for Northumberland and Durham. Next over, Broder of Cardiff. And right at the top, Mishchenko, third at that first turn. In 3 now, going well also is McNair. And right down at the bottom, that red hat for Shola Robinson of Sheffield. She's had a good second 50. Mishchenko and Robinson separated by just 1/100th at the turn, with Libby Broder of Cardiff over third. 1 lane up from her. McNair still going well. There is Mishchenko of Aberdeen at the top of the shot. Emma Price picked up the pace again on that third 50. It is Robinson over first for Sheffield, 1:34.41, ahead of Broder, ahead of Price. It's a bit of a blanket behind Robinson, who's definitely leading this heat down into the final 25 metres. Now starting to come through from the rest is Susie McNair in lane 3. But as I say that, Amelia John of Cardiff, 1 lane up from her, starts to come onto level terms. And there's catching Robinson, but it will be Amelia John who finishes quickly there. 2:07.54 for the Cardiff swimmer in lane 4. Emma Price with the fast finish, 3/100ths behind for the second place touch. And then Shola Robinson. All 3 of those swimmers in different age groups. As we see your official results, John in the 16 years age group, Price in the 15-year age group, and Robinson in the 17-year age group. Here is your start list for heat number 8. In 0 for Rushmore Royals, it's Rosie Richards. In 1 for East Lothian, it's Zara Kravich. In 2 for Repton, Hannah Hodgkiss. In 3 for Derby Excel, Isha Coe. In 4 for Barnet Copdall, Eleanor Chadwick. In 5, Northumberland and Durham Performance, Emily Maxwell. In 6 for City of Sheffield, it's Eva Doherty. In 7, City of Lincolnshire Pentwata Aqua, Alexandra Bullock. In 8, the Royal Wolverhampton School, Lily Grover. And in 9, City of Swansea Aquatics, Millie Patterson. Over first, it's Hodgkiss for Repton in 2, ahead of Grover in 8, and Patterson in 9. They were your first front 3 at the turn. And you can see going well in 2. It is Hannah Hodgkiss out in front at the moment. Grover at the top of the pool with Patterson. It will be those 3. Patterson just swapping positions with Grover there, but still out in front, it's Hodgkiss. There is Hannah Hodgkiss. 1 lane up from her, it's Coe of Derby Excel. Going well now in lane 5, it is Maxwell of Northumberland and Durham Performance. But still at the top of the shot, Patterson and Grover in 9 and 8. Going well as we go into the final turn. Hodgkiss still with the advantage, ahead of Patterson, who's ahead of Grover. But Alexandra Bullock there had a good third 50. She turned 4th. As we watch the battle at the top of the pool, Patterson holding on to that advantage for now. But down in lane number 2, still out in front, it is Hodgkiss who just gets the touch there. 2:07.33. Patterson 2:07.56. Lily Grover 2:07.67. Kraviak in lane 1, the youngest in that one, in the 13-14 years age group. Hodgkiss and Patterson in the 17 years age group, Grover in the 16 years age group. Here is your start list for heat number 9. In 0, it's Cassia Titterton of Bromley. In 1, Maisie Guilford, University of Bath. In 2, Scarlett Orchard, Loughborough University. In 3, Georgina Pryor, Derby Excel. In 4, Leah Schlossen, City of Leeds. In 5, Shannon Stott, Hatfield. In 6, Lucy Fox, Wickham District. In 7, Holly Hibbert, Bath Performance Centre. In 8 is Annabelle Compton, Wickham District. And in lane 9, Jessica Hum, Bracknell and Wokingham. Pryor's over first in lane 3, closely followed by Schlossen, 3/10 behind, and Stott. So it's 3, 4, 5 at the moment. Going well. In 2, Scarlett Orchard, Loughborough University. Georgina Pryor goes over 59.85, followed by Schlossen 1 minute 0.26, and then Stott 1 minute 0.57. 10th of a second of Orchard, ahead of Orchard. Schlossen now trying to make a move, also going well. Above the Hatfield swimmer start is Lucy Fox of Wickham District and Holly Hibbert of Bath Performance Centre. Georgina Pryor, though, looking strong here as they go down the final 50. Schlossen of Leeds in that yellow hat, 1 lane up. Seems to be getting the advantage over the rest of the field. She's finishing strongly. They come into the wall together, but it's Georgina Pryor that holds on to take the touch. 202.90, Leah Schlossen. 203.12 for the second place touch. And it finished as it started. Shannon Stott with a third place touch there. 203.87 for the Hatfield swimmer. The official results are in, and there they are for heat number 9. Here's your start list for heat 10. In 0 for Mount Kelly, it's Chloe Bown. In 1, Molly Baker for City of Sheffield. In 2, Amy West, Stockport Metro. In 3, Beatrice Varley, Plymouth Leander. In 4, Mia Slevin, Loughborough University. In 5, Jemima Hall, University of Bath. In 6, Amy Monks, the Royal Wolverhampton School. In 8, Ruby Griffiths in Mount Kelly. And in lane 9, Izzy Blackhurst, Taunton Dean. There's no swimmer in 7. First over at the first turn. In 6, it's Monks, 28.82, just a tenth of a second of Hall, 1 lane closer to us. And Beatrice Varley of Plymouth Leander was third after that first 50. So we're in lane 3. Varley, though, now looking to try and move into the lead. They're all in a line just out in front still. Now is Bath's Jemima Hall. She will be first at the halfway point, 59.92 for Hall. Varley into second with Slevin just 3/100ths behind in the centre of those two swimmers. Also going well still is Monks in 6. Those 4 out in front of the rest. Having a good swim at the top of the pool, it's Izzy Blackhurst. Her and Molly Baker, the two 16-year-olds in this one. Baker in lane 1 for Sheffield. They're the youngest in this heat. Hall goes over 131.67 from 131.84. Now Slevin in second with Varley turning in third. Slevin now working to put Hall under pressure. It's those two that will take this heat out. The touch does go to Jemima Hall by 1/100th of a second. 202.95 to 202.96 for Mia Slevin. And the third place touch does go to Beatrice Varley of Plymouth Leander. 204.31. There is your heat winner. And you are your official results of heat number 10. Here is your start list for heat number 11. This is our final heat. In 0, Sophie Benn, Mount Kelly. In 1, Holly Widows, Mount Kelly. In 2, Beth Hall, Mount Kelly. In 3, Rebecca Sutton, Swansea University. In 4, Jessica Podger, Loughborough University. In 5, Evelyn Davis, University of Stirling. In 6, it's Maria Roman Skogea of Repton. In 7, it's Henrietta Damassa of Repton. In 8, Sky Carter, Basildon and Phoenix. And in lane 9, Eve Tinsley of Newcastle Staffs. Holly Widows down in lane 1 for Kelly. Mount Kelly is over first, 29.08, just 2/100ths ahead of Sutton from Swansea University in 3. And Podger was third after that first turn in 4, but now we can already see Jessica Podger coming through to head the field as they go into the 100-metre turn. Podger over first, 59.96. Sutton, 1 minute, 0.75. Evelyn Davis of Stirling now in third position, 101.05. There is Podger leading Sutton and Davis. Widows and Hall in 1 and 2 for Mount Kelly. Going well also. Podger 131.12. Evelyn Davis in second, 131.71, and Sutton third at that last turn, 132.89. Podger now with clear water between her and Evelyn Davis. Beth Hall coming back strongly at Rebecca Sutton in 2 and 3. But Podger will stop the clock. 2:02.39 to take this heat. Davis 2:04.41 for Stirling, and 2:06.03 it is for Rebecca Sutton of Swansea University, with Beth Hall just behind in 2:06.11. Podger looked strong there. Here is your official result of heat number 11, and that concludes our women's 200 meters freestyle heats here this morning. We're sticking with 200 meters though, but now we move on to our next event. It's the men's 200 meters breaststroke heats. There are 12 heats of this one. Here is your start list for heat number 1. In lane 2, Joseph Hall, City of Leeds. In 3, Finley Quayle of Copeland. In 4, Ellis Knowles of Leatherhead. In 5, Marcus Haig, Wickham District. In 6, Joseph Lauder of Repton. And in 7, Jack Collins, City of Sheffield. Quayle and Knowles in 3 and 4 are swimming in the 18 years age group. All of the swimmers are in the 14-15 years age group. First at the turn is Ellis Knowles in lane 4, 34.03, ahead of Jack Collins. Up in lane 7, 34.5 for him. Knowles still leading the way. Quayle and Haig pretty level as we go into the halfway point. Ellis Knowles 1:12.53. Marcus Haig 1:14.29. Jack Collins sneaked in for third at the halfway stage. That red hat of City of Sheffield up at the top of the screen. Joseph Hall in lane 2 for City of Leeds, working his third 50. Still Knowles leads, but his advantage is getting smaller, 1:52.71 to Marcus Haig's 1:53.58. And then Joseph Hall, 1:55.60. There we see now Marcus Haig coming up onto the shoulder of Knowles. Those two out in front. From City of Leeds, Joseph Hall is coming through strongly in the second 100. He built through that third 50, and as we enter the final 15, he's now level with Jack Collins. It will be Haig that gets the touch for Wickham. Ellis Knowles in second, and Joseph Hall does finish strongly for third. He did well to hold on to his swimming hat there. We've seen a few swimming hats come off at this competition in the heats. Hall's was sat on the top of his head, but he kept it. And he wasn't distracted, he done very well. Those are the official results for heat number 1. Here is your start list for heat number 2. In 0, it's Robson Miles, City of Glasgow. In 1, Thomas Wolfenden, City of Leeds. In 2, Caden Wickstone Sutton, Chase. In 3, Charlie McKinnon, St. Felix School. In 4, Alexander Granado, Dartmoor Darts. In 5, William Viney, City of Birmingham. In 6, Thomas Trainer, East Kilbride. In 7, Quinn Austin Kelly, City of Bradford. In 8, Ethan Kelly, City of Liverpool. And in lane 9, Max Higgins of Millfield. Turning first down in lane 0, it is Miles of Glasgow, 33.05, ahead of Granado in 4. In 2, going well now down the second 50 is Wickstone Sutton of Chase. Granado looks to be hitting at the front at the 100-meter point. 1:10.78 for Granado. Wickstone Sutton at 1:11.83, and Miles of Glasgow at the bottom there. Third at the halfway point, 1:12.05. Going well in lane 5 is William Viney of City of Birmingham. That white hat there in the top of the 2 yellow lanes. In a battle right at the top, Ethan Kelly, City of Liverpool, and Higgins of Millfield. Over first it is Granado, 1:47.94 from Wickstone Sutton, 1:51.5, and Viney coming through into third, 1:52.09. Strong swim here from Granado. He enters the final 25 meters. Viney still working hard to try and catch Wickstone Sutton. But your heat winner will be Alexander Granado, 2:26.20. Came in with a 2:32.63. Excellent swim for him. Second it was Caden Wickstone Sutton, 2:32.49, and William Viney, 2:33.08 for third. Thumbs up from Granado there, as he looks at the scoreboard and he sees these official results as they are confirmed. These are your results of heat number 2. Here is your start list for heat number 3. In 0, it's Henry Guppy of Millfield. In 1, Matthew Charlesworth, Blackpool Aquatics. In 2, George Prince, Putteridge Swimming Club. In 3, Oliver Coville, Preston Swimming Club. In 4, Archie Piggott, Killer Whales. In 5, David Smith, Glen Rothes. In 6, Joseph Dollamore, Portsmouth North Sea. In 7, George Brooks, City of Leeds. In 8, Wilfred Lee of Millfield. And in lane 9, it's Oliver Dodsworth of Newcastle Swim Team. First at the first turn, Coville. In 3 for Preston, 33.62 ahead of Lee. Up in lane 8 for Millfield, 33.70. And Smith for Glenrothes in the centre was third after the first turn. And a good second 50 here, Wilfred Lee of Millfield. But first at the turn, still Preston's Oliver Coville, 1:10.43. He goes over. It is Lee, 1:10.95 a second, and David Smith of Glenrothes in 5, turning third. But down in lane number 2, George Prince of Putteridge Swimming Club, going well in that orange hat. He now moves into third position. George Brooks of City of Leeds as well, making a move at the top of the pool in lane 7. Over first now, it is Lee, 37.37. An excellent third 50 there for him. Prince of Putteridge, strong third 50 to come through second at the turn, and Coville third at that final turn. Lee made his move and did the damage down that third 50. The 14-year-old is the youngest in this field. You wouldn't be able to tell from the way he's swimming here. As he comes in to take this heat. 2:25.87 there for Wilfred Lee. Came in on a time of 2:32, so excellent swim from the top there. Second, it was George Prince. And in third, and that it was Matthew Charlesworth who finished strongly. There are your official results of heat number 3. Here's your start list for heat 4. In 0, it's Joshua Sackery for City of Peterborough. In 1, Saxon Minto, Chelmsford City. In 2, Edward Ormsby, City of Cambridge. In 3, Max Harvey, City of Liverpool. In 4, Edward Robinson, Chelsea and Westminster. In 5, Oliver Caddick, Chase. In 6, Gregor Ross, City of Glasgow. In 7, Rhys Dodd, Soundwell. In 8, William Tonks of Boldmere Swimming. And in lane 9, How She of City of Sheffield. It's close at the first turn, 4 100s in it. Caddick with the advantage over Robinson. In lane 5 to lane 4. Third after 50 was Minto down in lane 1. But here is that close battle at the front. But they're not that far ahead of the rest of the field. It's pretty tight. You can see in 6, 7 and 8 for Ross, Dodd and Tonks. Also going well. In lane number 2, it's Ormsby of City of Cambridge. Robinson gets the touch at the midway point ahead of Caddick, just by 4 100ths of a second. And Tonks of Boldmere turns third at the 100-metre mark. Ormsby still going well for Cambridge in lane 2. And then 6, Gregor Ross. Fighting to stay in this and get back on terms with our leaders. First at that turn, it's still Robinson. A bit more of an advantage. Opened up point 4 there from Caddick. Tonks also turned in second. And actually Tonks now at the top of your picture looks like he has taken the lead in this one. He's winding it up as they go through the final 15 metres. And still going very well is Ormsby for Cambridge in 2. Finishing strongly. In 6 it is Ross, but it will be Tonks that takes that one, 2:27.52 ahead of Ormsby's 2:28.94. And Gregor Ross 2:29.20 for third place touch in this heat. That was a strong swim there from William Tonks. Here are your official results of heat number 4. And here is your start list for heat number 5. In lane 0, it's Mika van Blurk of Warradabad. In 1, Jad El Ghaziri, Mount Kelly. In 2, Cameron Quaid, City of Stoke. In 3, Robert Burgess, City of Glasgow. In 4, Finlay Gillam, Bromley. In 5, Callum Nurse, Cleethorpes. In 6, Peter Thompson, City of Liverpool. In 7, James Robinson, City of Leeds. In 8, Llewellyn Porter, Camden Swiss Cottage. And in 9, it's Fraser McIntosh, Priest Kilbride. Down in lane 0, it is Van Blurk that leads them after 50 metres, 32.35 for him. Finlay Gillam in second in lane 4 for Bromley, with El Ghaziri of Mount Kelly turning third. Gillam there, that white hat in the centre lane, looking good. Van Blurk down in 0, still going very well. Over first it is Gillam. But Burgess of City Glasgow had a very strong second 50, 37 flat. His split, the fastest in the field there. So second with Van Blurk turning third at the halfway stage. Blue Hat of Glasgow there, going well at El Ghaziri. Mount Kelly in lane 1 has picked it up again. Down this third 50. Going well right at the top is McIntosh for East Kilbride in lane 9. But it is Finlay Gillam that turns 1:48.46. He goes on to the final 50. El Ghaziri back into second position. Strong third 50 there from him. Burgess in third, with Van Blurk just behind in fourth. Those three swimmers all in a line now. Van Blurk, El Ghaziri and Robert Burgess. But out in front, it is Bromley's Finlay Gillam that will get the touch in this heat. He stops the clock, 2:26.58. Burgess wins the battle behind, 2:29.94. With Van Blurk, 2:30.05 for the third place touch in that one. There are your official results of heat number 5. Here's your start list for heat 6. In lane 0, it's Matthew Day of Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 1, Henry Crust, City of Lincolnshire Pentacaqua. In 2, Jeremiah Carnegie of Beckenham. In 3, Jacob Barnett, Northumberland Durham Performance. In 4, Jack Kelso, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 6, Rogers Congelis, City of Glasgow. In 7, Ben Buckley, City of Norwich. In 8, Regan Gallagher, Taunton Dean. And in lane 9, Thomas Wilkinson of City of Sheffield. It's Buckley that turns first ahead of Wilkinson, and Barnett in 3rd position. There's no swimmer in lane number 5. There is a shot of Wilkinson at the top of the pool. Going well in 7. Buckley goes 2 at the moment, stroke for stroke. Pretty tight behind them, but looking to just be ahead. It is lane 3's Jacob Barnett along with Gallagher in 8 for Taunton. And Wilkinson turns first, 109.21 ahead of Buckley, 109.56, and Barnett, 111.66. Wilkinson leading the way from lane 9 here, down his 3rd 50 metres. Going well still in 3 is Barnett of Northumberland and Durham. Wilkinson will lead them into the final 50. 147.47 to him at the 3rd turn. Buckley in 2nd. And Barnett in 3rd. There is Wilkinson entering the final 25 metres. Coming back strongly in lane 2 is Carnegie of Beckenham. It will be Thomas Wilkinson of City of Sheffield takes his heat to 25.60. Ben Buckley getting the 2nd place touch, and Jacob Barnett holding off that fast finish of Jeremiah Carnegie for 3rd. There are your official results of heat number 6. Here is your start list for heat 7. In 0, it's Roger Davis for Soundwell. In 1, Benjamin Rogers, Richmond Dales. In 2, Daniel Ransom, City of Leeds. In 3, Charlie Rogers, Romford Town. In 4, Finlay Davis, Midlothian. In 5, Jean-Luc Lovell Pascal of Holywell. In 6, Jack Mitchell, University of Aberdeen Performance. In 7, Freudian Shepherd, City of Cardiff. In 8, Hugh Mason Williams, City of Birmingham. And in 9, it's Nathan Walford of Wickham District. Lane 5 leads it out down the first 50. That's Lovell Pascal of Holywell. He went into the turn first, 32.32 for him. Half a second ahead of Rogers in 1, with Ransom just behind for Leeds in 2. Working well together down in 0, 1, 2 and 3. It's Davis, Rogers, Ransom and Rogers. But at the halfway stage, leading away still, it will be Lovell Pascal, 109.47 for him. Charlie Rogers, 110.75. Then Roger Davis, 110.99. And Benjamin Rogers, 111.04 for Richmond Dales. They are your 1, 2, 3, 4 at the halfway stage. But there is the man in the lead at the moment, Lovell Pascal. There you can see behind, trying to challenge and get back up with our leader. It is the race for 2nd and 3rd. of this heat. Down in lane 0, Roger Davis has had a good third 50 there. Davis was the only swimmer to dip under the 37-second mark for that 50, and it got him a first place touch at that final turn. He is carrying some speed into this final 25 meters. But also going well into, it is Ransom of City of Leeds. He's got a strong finish here. They come into the finish. It will be Lovell Pascal that regains the advantage to take the touch. 2:25.76 from 2:26.40 for Roger Davis, with Daniel Ransom 2:26.45 in third place. Here are your results for heat number 7. Here is your start list for heat number 8. In 0, it's William Godsill, Bishop Stortford. In 1, Daniel Hollis, City of St Albans. In 2, Fraser Tetlow, Geary. In 3, Elliot Sibley, Nova Centurion. In 4, Leon Taylor, Shiverers. In 5, Tyler Tomes, Chelmsford City. In 6, William Dean, Maidenhead. In 7, Connor Charrington, Millfield. In 8, Frederick Beasley of Poole. And in lane 9, Adam Bradley, City of Liverpool. Hollis in lane 1, 32.03, ahead of Dean, 32.34 in lane 6, 32.40. Godsill down in 0. So Hollis and Godsill down in 1 and 0, going very well at the bottom of the pool. But William Dean of Maidenhead right there with them, and 1 lane up from him at the green hat of Millfield for Connor Charrington. And a strong second 50. It will be William Dean that turns first, ahead of Daniel Hollis, with Charrington coming through for third at the halfway point, and Godsill dropping to fourth. So there is the leader at the moment, Hollis. At the top there we can see that battle in 6 and 7 between Dean and Charrington. They now look to be edging ahead. And as we go into the final turn, it looks like it will be Charrington that has hit the front of the race. He has indeed. 1:47.09, Dean 1:47.50, and Hollis 1:47.77. So it's close between the front three. Adam Bradley of City of Liverpool up in 9, turned in 4th there, that red hat. But now, as we go, we're just about to enter the final 15 metres. It is Charrington of Millfield with the advantage. Working hard in lane 4 is Leon Taylor down this final 50. Charrington takes it 26.52 from Taylor, with Frederick Beasley coming through for third place touch. Taylor finishing with a 36.89 there, fastest finishing 50 of the field by some margin. And those are your official results of heat number 8. Here's your start list for heat number 9. In lane 0, it's Lewis Hickman for the Royal Wolverhampton School. In 1, Candle Kettin, Abingdon Vale. In 3, Caden Sheila, Abingdon Vale. In 4, Charles Kershaw, Loughborough University. In 5, Tristan Lee, City of Cardiff. In 6, Connor Mitchell, Warren de Bars. In 7, Alexander Corver, Whitgift Swimming Club. In 8, Cameron Rapson, City of Birmingham. And in lane 9, Mark Milburn of Enfield Swim Squad. Turning first is Tuketin, Abingdon Vale in lane 2. Almost a second ahead of Kershaw in 4 for Loughborough. With Corver in 7, turning third. So spread out down that first 50 across the pool. Oh well, that white hat in 2 of Tuketin. As Kershaw starts to move through the field. Just 200 separating Tuketin from Kershaw at the 100-meter point. Alexander Corver still holding on to the 3rd position. He's in 7 in that yellow hat. They're going well in lane 0 now. It is Hickman. And in the middle of the pool, working hard, is Silla in 3 and Lee in 5. Kershaw will hit the front here at the turn. 1:45.53 to 1:45.82 for Tuketin. Alexander Corver still in 3rd position as we go down this final 50, but he is coming under pressure. Kershaw working hard in that centre lane, but Tuketin doesn't want to give up without a fight. It will go right down to the touch. The touch does go to Kershaw, 2:23.70, 2:23.89 for Karen Tuketin. And 3rd was Caden Silla, 2:25.86. There are your official results of heat number 9. As we move on to heat number 10. Here is your start list for that heat, heat 10. In lane 0, it's Donald Bissett, University of Stirling. In 1, Pierce Greening, University of Stirling. In 2, John Britton of Ealing. In 3, Rory Dixon of University of Stirling. In 4, Harvey Freeman, Loughborough University. In 5, Pravin Mahendra Kumar of Winchester City Penguins. In 6, Vadim Bosk, Mount Kelly. 7, Joseph Ashley, Warrington Warriors. 8, Edward Marshall Whittles, Chelsea and Westminster. And in lane 9, James Abelanthea of City of Birmingham. Freeman of Loughborough leads after 50, 30.70 for him. Britton of Ealing in 2nd, and Mahendra Kumar in 3rd in lane 5. Race leader Freeman with an advantage here as we enter final stages of the first 100 meters. In 2, going well is John Britton. He's separated himself from the rest for now. As they go over, it is Freeman in 1st, Britton in 2nd, and Mahendra Kumar held on to 3rd at the halfway stage. Going well in lane 3, Rory Dixon of University of Stirling. And Pierce Greening having a good 3rd 50 here. Also from Stirling. But it is Freeman that turns first, 140.61 ahead of Britain's 142.65, with Greening moving into third position, exactly a second behind Britain. Out in front, it's Freeman, but it's bunching up behind him, especially in this bottom half of the pool. Roy Dixon of Sterling now leading that battle. He moves into a clear second position, as Harvey Freeman takes the heat to 2:16.79 from Rory Dixon to 2:18.58. Piers Greening coming through for third, 2:20.01, just 18/100ths ahead of John Britton. There are your official results for heat number 10. And here is your start list for heat number 11. In lane 0, it's Christian Ryan, Northumberland Durham Performance. In 1, Joseph Buxton of Reading. In 2, Freddie Laws, West Norfolk Swimming Club. 3, Ryan Griffiths, City of Sheffield Swim Squad. In 4, Alexander Casey, Loughborough University. 5, Matthew Rogers, Bromley. 6, Oliver Jones, Poole. 7, Maxwell Anderson, City of Cardiff. In 8, Ben Harrison, Loughborough University. And in 9, Arthur Llewellyn, Loughborough University. First at the turn, it's Matthew Rogers. That's the 50-metre turn by 1/100th from Casey of Loughborough, one lane closer to us. Harrison, also of Loughborough, was third. After that first 50 metres, look how close it is here at the front, in the centre. And it's Rogers with a slight advantage. That long glide, though, of Casey in 4. Meant that he got the touch by 1/100th at the halfway point. Casey from Rogers, less than 3/10 ahead of Ryan Griffiths, who had a superb second 50. 34.18 for the man from Sheffield. And the red hat closest to us of those 3 swimmers in the middle. Going well in 7 and 8. It's Anderson of Cardiff and Harrison of Loughborough. As we go into the final turn, it's all going to be who takes the pace in with them, and it is Casey getting the touch, 140.88. Matthew Rogers, 141.71. Ryan Griffiths of City of Sheffield, third, 141.82. But it did look like Griffiths of Sheffield was taking the most speed into that turn, and he's brought the most speed out of it. But it's all going to come down to who hits that wall at the right time here, because they are neck and neck. Casey and Rogers swimming at different rates here. And it was Griffiths that got the touch, 2:16.39 ahead of Casey's 2:16.57, with Matthew Rogers 2:18.04 for third in that heat. Strong last 50 for Ryan Griffiths. The official results are in, and he takes that heat. That is heat number 11, and they are your results. Here is your start list for heat number 12. In 0, it's Jay Manners, Northumberland Durham Performance. In 1, Jack Blair, Chesterfield Swimming Club. In 2, Isaac Hall, City of Sheffield. In 3, Angus Allison, University of Stirling. In 4, George Smith, University of Stirling. In 5, William Ellington, University of Stirling. In 6, Olivia Vedren, City of Norwich. In 7, Yaron Gerber, Ealing. In 8, David Miller, University of Bath. And in lane 9, Daniel Jackson, Borough of Kirklees. George Smith turns first for University of Stirling, 31.04 for him. Blair down in lane 1 for Chesterfield was second at the first turn. That red hat there that you can see. Going well also in lane number 6 is Vedren of Norwich. Now starting to try and move through in 5. It's Ellington of Stirling. At the 100-metre mark, it will be George Smith, 105.09, exactly a second ahead of his teammate Ellington. 1 lane up in 5. There are those two in your shot now. And in third, it is 1 lane up from them, Vedren of Norwich. Going well still down here in lane number 1, Blair of Chesterfield. It's those 4 that are out in front at the moment, but having a good third 50 in lane 8, Miller of Bath. Smith, 140.24, 142.23 for Ellington in second, and 142.83 for Blair in third. Just 2 100ths of Vedren. So still all to play for position. Behind the race leader, that is Smith in 4. He's away with this one. He comes into the final 5 meters. He stops the clock at a 2:15.40. Second was Jack Blair, coming through well for Chesterfield, 2:18.78. 2:18.98 for William Ellington of University of Stirling to touch third. There are your official results of heat number 12. That was our final heat of the men's 200 meters breaststroke. Our next event is the men's multi-class 200 meters individual medley. There are 2 heats of this one. Here are your swimmers for heat number 1. In lane 1, it's Kai Bradford, Rumford Town. In 2, Lewis Jones, Aaron Trident. In 3, Luke Batty, Bolton Metro. In 4, Jack Milne, University of Aberdeen. In 5, Nathan McManus, Plymouth Leander. In 6, Matthew Scott, University of Aberdeen. In 7, Luke Boyles, Bournemouth Collegiate School. And in 8, Harry Arnold Pepper of Royston. Leading the way down the first 50, the butterfly, it's Jack Milne. He does swim in the SM14 classification for athletes with an intellectual impairment, as does Nathan McManus in lane 5 and Matthew Scott in 6. So expect those 3 to be out in front. Luke Batty going very well though for Bolton Metro. He is an SM9 athlete with a great backstroke a few days ago, and he's having a great backstroke leg here. The other M9s in this one are Lewis Jones in 2, Kai Bradford in 1, and Harry Arnold Pepper in 8. That is for athletes with a limb difference in an arm or the elbow or leg above the knee, or an all-over weakness in the body and coordination issues. Luke Batty going very well here. These athletes will be swimming against their respective world records to score points. and then they will be ranked at the end of the race. Batty is up against a world record of 2:12.06 from Australia's Timothy Hodge. Jack Milne is up against a world record of 2:07.50 from Gabriel Bandeira of Brazil. Milne still at the front, as would be expected. As I said, time's not the only important factor here. Batty 1:56.15, Nathan McManus 1:59.82. Up there in lane 7, Luke Boyle swims in the SM12 category. Saw him getting tapped on the head. That is for the athlete with visual impairments. But coming in to the finish now, it will be Jack Milne. Stopping the clock, 2:24.59 for 685 points. Luke Batty, 713 points with a time of 2:29.30. Nathan McManus touched the wall there. Here we can see the rest of the field coming in. That is Scott Boyles and Arnold Pepper. So we have to wait for everybody to finish before the results sort themselves out. Kai Bradford there getting in ahead of Harry Arnold Pepper. They race in the same classification. Great swim there though from the man on the left, Luke Batty. As the official results come in, he will be top on points. Milne second, and Jones, another SM9 athlete, in third after heat 1. Here is your start list for the men's multi-classification. 200 meters individual medley, heat number 2. In lane 0, it's Bruce Steve, Northampton. In 1, Jacob Wood, Gloucester City. In 2, Kyle Gelsthorpe, Nova Centurion. In 3, Ryan Potter, Preston. In 4, Joseph Greaves, Nova Centurion. In 5, Owen Garsides, Kingston on Hull. In 6, Zach Sturgis, Bournemouth Collegiate School. In 7, William Newton, City of Coventry. In 8, Akash Das, Oswestry Otters. And in lane 9, Scott Adley of City of Coventry. The 3 swimmers in 0, 1 and 2, all 17 years old. Bruce D, at the bottom of your screen, just touching on the butterfly, the lowest impairment classification in this one. He swims in the SM6 category against a world record of 2:38.12 from Nelson Crispin of Colombia. Out in front in 4 and 5 at the moment, it's Greaves and Garsides. They are SM14 athletes, as is Potter and Newton in 7, so they're swimming against that record as Milne was in the first heat, 2:07 that is. As Garsides goes over first, just ahead of Greaves, with Potter in 3rd and Zach Sturgis in 4th. Kai Gelsthorpe is the next over. He swims in the SM10 category. He's up against a world record of 2:05.63. As is Zach Sturgis in lane 6. Jacob Wood swims in the SM9 category, and Akash Das and Scott Hadley in 8 and 9 at the top of the pool. They're in a direct battle. In the SM8 classification, that world record stands to Nova Centurion's Oliver Hind at a time of 2:20.01. At the front though, going over, it's Joseph Greaves, 1:49.73 from 1:58.183 for Potter, and 1:52.27 for Garsides. They are all racing each other for points. Points do make prizes in this one. Age not a factor in the multi-class events, as in they don't take that into consideration for the medals. It will be all about points. And for the finals, and finishing first in this heat, Joseph Greaves, he scores 708 points, 2:23.05. 226.88 for Garsize, 227.53 for Potter, 232.38 for Sturgis. $244.10 for Gelsthorpe, 245.72 for Newton, 248.67 for Wood, 251.22 for Das, 254.18. Good swim there for Bruce D, 748 points. And then Scott Hadley will come in a time of 3:04.50, just 6/100ths off of his entry time for a score of 442 points. So Bruce D will top the rankings in that one. The youngster from Northampton. They are your official results of heat number 2. Our next event is the women's multi-classification 200 meters individual medley. There are 2 heats. This is your start list for heat number 1. In lane 0, it's Imogen Dodds of Wellingborough. In 2, Evie Lambert, Borough of Kirklees. In 3, Eva French, Nuneaton and Bedworth. In 4, Megan Willis, Torvine Dolphins. In 5, Astrid Carroll, Borough of Kirklees. In 6, Ella Letton-Jones, Swim Gwynedd. In 7, Kira Filoni, City of Salford. And in 8, it's Lucy Jones of Oswald Street Otters. The oldest in this field, Ella Letton-Jones, just 17 years old. The World Para Swimming Championships take place in Manchester next week, so we are seeing a lot of our junior athletes here. And Megan Willis leads the way, 35.04. She swims in the SM10 classification. She did swim this event at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham last summer. She's up against the world record of Chantal Judeveld of the Netherlands, 2:24.85, as is Eva French in lane 3. Willis is leading by quite some way here as we go into the breaststroke turn. Next is Astrid Carroll. She swims in the SM12 category for athletes with a visual impairment. Similar world records for those two, 24.56. That's held by Rebecca Myers of the United States of America, so they would want to be close to each other to score a similar amount of points. And Carroll looking strong on the breaststroke leg. Behind her, it is a battle in lanes number 2. That's Evie Lambert swimming in the SM9 category, and Ella Letton-Jones also in the SM12 category. So she's swimming directly against Astrid Carroll. Evie Lambert against a world record of 2:25.22 from New Zealand's Sophie Pascoe. So again, these world records quite close together, so they would need to be quite close in terms of distance and time if they want to get a similar amount of points. But going well here is Megan Willis, the 16-year-old from Torvine, 2:08.12. She turned at the third 50. She comes into the final 15 meters. We will have to wait for all swimmers to finish. But as Willis has got quite a significant advantage, and like I said, there's not too much of a difference in those world records, you'd expect her to be one of the highest point scorers. 2:47.32 the time for Megan Willis. 2:51.79 for Astrid Carroll. 2:58.29 for Evie Lambert. 3:01.68 for Ella Letton-Jones. 3:02.61 for Kira Filoni. 3:03.77 for Imogen Dodds and 3:15.56 for Lucy Jones. There are your official results of heat number 1. And Megan Willis there with 648 points leads the way. There's your start list for heat number 2. In lane 0, it's Amanda Redhead of Maxwell. In 1, Lily Rice, Pembrokeshire County. In 2, Callie-Ann Warrington, Tonbridge. In 3, Rebecca Lewis, Rhondda and Taff. In 4, Amber Haycock, Northampton. In 5, Saskia Webb, Pembrokeshire County. In 6, Brooklyn Hale, Cockermouth. In 7, Eliza Humphrey, Northampton. In 8, Isabella Haynes, Swin Bournemouth. And in lane 9, Abigail Wickens, Flitwick Dolphins. Leading them out in lane 2 down the butterfly, it's Callie-Ann Warrington. She is in the SM10 category, as we saw Megan Willis in the first heat, as is Rebecca Lewis, 1 lane up from her. At the moment in your shot there, it is Warrington going well down the backstroke. Rebecca Lewis of the Rhondda Taff also swam this event at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham last year for Wales, going well in the middle lanes. Amber Haycock, another SM10. She's in lane 4 and 1 lane up from her. Saskia Webb swims in the SM14 category. She's against a world record of 2:18.37 held by Valeria Shabalina of Russia. It's Warrington over first, 1:15.64, 1:17.65 for Webb, 1:18.10 for Haycock, 1:20.91 for Rebecca Lewis, 1:23.92 for Brooklyn Hale, swimming in the SM9 category. Evie Lambert was in Heat 1, was in that classification group. The other 9 in this one is Isabella Haynes in lane number 8 as we move on to the breaststroke. And the blue suit in lane 1 there, Lily Rice, Pembrokeshire County. She swims in the SM8 classification. The world record in her classification, 2:35.30 to Great Britain's Brock Whiston. At the top in a battle in 7 and 8, it's Eliza Humphrey of Northampton and Isabel Haynes of Bournemouth. Humphrey swims in the SM11 category. You can see that tapper there, signalling that she is approaching the wall. All swimmers in a line here, working hard. In lane 2, it is Callie-Ann Warrington, our early leader. Coming through now, though. In 4, Amber Haycock. In 5, Saskia Webb. So we'll have to wait until they touch the wall to see the points. It will be Warrington, just takes that one, 2:49.96 for her. 2:51.24 for Haycock. 2:50.32 for Webb. 2:56.75. Brooklyn Hale just 4/100ths ahead of Rebecca Lewis. 3:03.07 for Isabella Haynes. 3:04.95 for Eliza Humphrey. 3:03.66 for Lily Rice. Oh, getting the times this time, which is good. Lane 0, Amanda Redhead just coming in to finish there for Maxwell. 485 points for her as we turn our attention to Abigail Wickens. She comes in to complete this heat. Her time was 3:33.89. She got some points there, I can tell you. those results are now confirmed. They'll be up on your screen in just a second. And in terms of points, it's Lily Rice that tops the pile, 661 points for her. Brooklyn Hill, 645 points. And Eliza Humphrey, 628 points. They are your top three in heat number 2. We move on to our next event. We're back to 200 meters, women's 200 meters backstroke heats. This is heat 1 of 12. In 2, it's Emily Hall, Warrington Warriors. In 3, Lily Rose Carr, City of Lincolnshire, Pentaqua. In 4, Isla Ince, Millfield. In 5, Katie Ray, City of Coventry. In 6, Chloe Barnard, Basildon and Phoenix. And in 7, Scarlett Shepherd, Guildford City. Everyone in this field swimming in the age group 13 to 14 years. And all came in on times of 2:28. Turning first is Carr of City of Lincolnshire in 3. She leads the way at the moment, pretty evenly matched. A Shepherd in 7 and Hall down in 2. We come into the midway point. It will be Carr over first, 110.48 for her. 111.6 for Scarlett Shepherd up in 7. And 111.70 for Hall of Warrington Warriors in 2. Coming through well in lane number 6 for Basildon and Phoenix, it's Chloe Barnard. There and Katie Ray of City of Coventry in a battle at the moment. Carr still leads the way, 148.87 from 150.54 for Hall. With Shepherd in 3rd at that final turn. Carr is away with this one. All bunching up though for 3rd position. As Carr stops clock, 2:26.20. Lily Rose Carr, they're going under the entry time of 2:28. All these swimmers had posted. She dominated that heat there. And there are your official results of heat number 1. Here is your start list for heat number 2. In lane 0, it's Lilia Gilbert, Wickham District. In 1, Maya Rogers, Warwick Bars. In 2, Hannah Morris, Leyland Barracudas. In 3, Elizabeth Land, Newcastle Swim Team. In 4, Lilia Fordasia, Royal Tunbridge Wells, Monson. In 5, Olivia O'Mahony, Cockermouth. In 6, Adia Solaku, Derby Excel. In 7, Jessica Huggins, Poole. In 8, it's Safrina Machine, City of Glasgow. And in lane 9, Nicole Quiller, Mount Kelly. Morris of Leyland Barracudas turns first, 33.12. Head of O'Mahony in 5 and Solaku in 6. Not far behind though, it's Fornasia of Monson in 4. O'Mahony in lane 5 there for Cockermouth, looking good down his second 50. She will go into the 100 meters turn in first in a 109.65 ahead of Hannah Morris. With Solaku still in 3rd position. Hannah Morris in 2 and Solaku in 6. Pretty evenly matched now, and coming through in 3, it's Land of Newcastle Swim Team. They are all in a line behind our race leader, Olivia Mahoney of Cockermouth. 146.85 her at the final turn. Solaku gets a second touch, 148.45, with Morris in 3rd, just 9/100ths ahead of Land as they go down this final 50 meters, entering the last 25. Land has moved into 3rd position. Trying to come back in 6 is Solaku, but Olivia Mahoney has looked strong throughout this race, and she stops the clock. 2:23.80. It is Adia Solaku, 2:24.93, and then Elizabeth Land, 2:26.70. Very happy with that is Olivia Mahoney. She came in on a time of 2:27.39, so that might explain why. A great swim there from the Cockermouth swimmer. As we wait for those results to be made official in the venue. Here they are, heat number 2, your official results. Here is your start list for heat number 3. In 0, it's Lydia Cordell of Repton. In 1, Evie Clare, Stockport Metro. In 2, Francesca Howell, Chelmsford City. In 3, Eva Dwivel-Clark, Swim Gwynedd. In 4, Darcy Platt, City of Leicester. In 5, Kerry Henney, Warrington Warriors. In 6, Grace Nichols, Pembrokeshire County. In 7, Lila Bias, Camden Swiss Cottage. In 8, Rebecca Coogan, Romford Town. And in lane 9, Megan Titchener of Torvine Dolphins. And it is Titchener at the top of the pool that turns first, 33.31, ahead of Howell in 2 and Dwivel-Clark in 3. A lot of these swimmers already in their second event of the day. Many of the swimmers, especially the younger ones, have had extremely busy programs this week, but still producing some excellent swims. Going well down this second 50. It was Francesca Howell of Chelmsford City, and she turned just behind Megan Titchener, still leading the way up there. There she is in lane 9 for the Torvald non-ferns. But making her move now is Howell of Chelmsford. In 3, going well, is Druva Clark still for Swim Gwynedd. The swimmers in the centre lanes look to try and move through the field. It does start to even itself out behind our early race leaders. Titchener still with a slight advantage over Howell. And now Darcy Platts moves into 3rd position. 4th was Caudle down in lane 0, with Druva Clark now in 5th. But there's not much in it, so still all to play for. Still leading the way, it is Titchener at the top of the pool, but finishing very strongly down the bottom is Lydia Caudle. And it will be Caudle that takes the touch. 2:24.95 for her. Titchener 2:25.31. With Francesca Howell 2:26.14 for the 3rd place touch in that one. Here are the official results, and Lydia Caudle, one of 2 13-year-olds in that one, taking the heat. Here is your start list for heat number 4. In lane 0, it's Grace Robinson of St. Felix School. In 1, Megan Donovan, City of Peterborough. In 2, Veronica Venuti, Chelsea and Westminster. In 3, Amara Addison, Norwich Swan. In 4, Freya Coop of Poole. In 5, Melissa Minnie, East Kilbride. In 6, Neve Savoury, Newcastle Swim Team. In 7, Constance Logan, Mount Kelly. In 8, Iris Hurst, Warrington Warriors. And in lane 9, it's Erin Gent of Repton. And in 1st, it is Venuti in 2, ahead of Many in 5, with Addison in 3, 3rd after 50 metres. There is Venuti and Addison. Very close between those two. And then just up at the top in 5, 6 and 7, it's Many, Savoury and Logan. Not much to choose between any of them as we come to the halfway turn. It is Many that gets her feet to the wall first. 1:10.14, just a 1/10 of a second ahead of Savoury. 1 lane up from her, who is less than 0.2 ahead of Venuti in 2. So watch now as they try to wind it up down this 3rd 50. Iris Hurst in lane 8 for Warrington Warriors. And Grace Robinson down in lane 0 for St. Felix. They're swimming in the 13 and 14 year age group. Amara Addison and Megan Donovan in the 16 years age group. Everyone else in the 15-year age group. And it's Savoury now that leads, 1:48.23 for her. Melissa Many in 2nd position, with Constance Logan moving in to 3rd. Logan there in lane 7, that white hat. 1 lane down from the yellow hat of Warrington Warriors. Swim from Mount Kelly. Swimming strongly in these final stages. Still leading the heat for now as we go into the final stages. She just holds on. In 6, it's Neve Savoury ahead of Iris Hurst, and then Constance Logan in third place touch, 2:24.92, 2:25.32, 2:25.54. They are your top 3 positions in this heat. And here is your official result of heat number 4. Here is your start list for heat number 5. In lane 0, Lois Smith, Basildon and Phoenix. In 1, Katie Rose, Warren de Bards. In 2, Isabel Price, City of Birmingham. In 3, Melissa Mainwaring, Swim West Lothian. In 4, Anna Huddy, Mount Kelly Swimming. In 5, Chloe Ridge, Wigan Best. In 6, Ella Coombs, Basildon and Phoenix. In 7, Darcy Crossley, City of Leeds. In 8, Fionn Humphreys, Swim Gwynedd Performance Club. And in lane 9, Rosie Forster, Warren de Bards. Katie Rose over first for Warren de Bards in lane 1, just ahead of Mainwaring in 3 and Ridge in 5. Just 4 100ths were separating Rose and Mainwaring at that turn. And there we can see it's still very close for those two. Still going well is Ridge in 5. Look at lane number 7, Crossley of Leeds. Having a good second 50. Rose goes over first. Still less than 0.2 ahead of Mainwaring in second, and Ridge holds on to third, ahead of Darcy Crossley at the 100-meter mark. Darcy Crossley, though, moving well, as is Fionn Humphreys, 1 lane up from her in lane 8 for Swim Gwynedd. Still leading the way, though, in lane 1 is Katie Rose, ahead of Mainwaring. They are out in front. Just over a second between Mainwaring and Crossley as we enter the final 50. Basildon and Phoenix is Ella Coombs, going well in 6 in that orange hat. She is keeping Darcy Crossley company. It's brought them almost level with Mainwaring, as Ella Coombs does finish quick enough to take the victory, 23.01 in that heat, ahead of Rose 2:23.18. And in third it was Darcy Crossley, 2:23.42. Here are your official results of heat number 5. In these heats, the age groups are mixed, but they will be separated to swim in their respective finals this evening. So all swimmers swimming for time this morning. Here is your start list for heat number 6. In lane 0, it's Naomi Parker of Millfield. In 1, Charlotte Hayden, Wickham District. In 3, Holly Wimmond of Maxwell. In 4, Holly Gilly, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 5, Sophie Busby, the Royal Wolverhampton School. In 6, Catherine Renfrew, Perth City. In 7, Clementine Lovell, Team Ipswich. In 8, Tegan Matthews, Guildford City. And in lane 9, Ashley Green of Repton. There's no swimmer in lane 2. And at the 50-metre turn, it's Waymond of Maxwell that leads the way by 1/100th ahead of Hayden in 1 from Wickham District. Both those swimmers swimming either side of that empty lane in the bottom half of the pool. Going well. In 5, 6, and 7, it's Busby, Renfrew and Lovell. No one really jumping too far ahead though in these first 100 meters, but it will be 109.32 for Charlotte Hayden of Wickham that goes over first, half a second ahead of Holly Wayman of Maxwell, touching in exactly the same time as Catherine Renfrew there. So very close at the turn, still very close than the first 25 of the second 100. Green Hat of Wickham leading the way. As Hayden goes under the flags first, and she will turn onto the final 50 on 46.19. For her, 147.16 for Sophie Busby, who's leading the rest, but just a 2/100ths ahead of Catherine Renfrew, with Clementine Lovell 0.4 behind in 4th. Charlotte Hayden, our race leader, swimming in the 13-14 years age group, as is Clementine Lovell. And it will be Hayden that stops the clock, 2:23.30. Renfrew 2:23.63 and Lovell 2:23.82. There are your top 3. There are your official results of heat number 6. Here is your start list for heat 7. In lane 0, it's Charlotte Williams of Hatfield. In 1, Megan Hansford, Tigers Swimming Club Jersey. In 2, Martha Sell, City of Bristol. In 3, Eleanor Broughton of Repton. In 4, Catherine Williams, Wickham District. In 5, Emily Headley, Newcastle Swim Team. In 6, Ava Holt, Teddington. In 7, Anna Uren, City of Bristol. In 8, Isabella Shearing, City of Sheffield. And in lane 9, Ella Justice, Mount Kelly. Over first is the 3 swimmers at the bottom of the pool. Megan Hansford, 32.94. Charlotte Williams in 0, 33.09. Just 1/100th ahead of Sell of Bristol in 2. Now just edging ahead. Hansford of that with that yellow hat of Tigers jersey, but going well in 4 and 5. It's Williams of Wickham and Headley of Newcastle. It will be the swimmer from Jersey that turns first, 109.01. Just half a second ahead of Williams. And Headley just behind her there. Those 2 swimmers in the yellow lanes that are chasing, also going well. 1 lane up from them on this third 50 is Holt of Teddington. we approach the final turn. And now it is Williams that takes the lead. She's the youngest in this race, 14 years old. The swimmer from Wickham in lane 4, 1:46.28, just 2/100ths ahead of Hansford there at that turn. There is Hansford. She's going well. But up in lane 4, her and Williams pretty well matched. Down these final 10 metres. Does look to be the Wickham swimmer who is edging ahead. And it will be Catherine Williams that stops the clock, 2:22.23. Second quicker than her entry time. As those results are now official, your results are heat number 7. And here is your start list for heat number 8. In lane 0, it's Kiana Kurtz, Warren DeBars. In 1, Ruby Stevenson, City of Milton Keynes. In 2, Amelia Tajechik of Northampton Swimming Club. In 3, Mabel Hayes, Anaconda. In 4, Heidi Wren, City of Glasgow. In 5, Cara Muller, Guildford City. In 6, Madison Emmett, Guildford City. In 7, Ava Cook, City of Sheffield. In 8, Darcy Smith, Portsmouth North Sea. And in lane 9, Evelyn Hallisey, Newcastle Swim Team. Very close at the first turn. It is Cizachik of Northampton, 33.61, just 4/100ths ahead of Hayes. 1 lane up from her in 3. With Muller of Guildford City in 5. Third after that first 50 metres. But it's very close here down the first 100 metres as we approach the midway turn. Still with a slight lead now in 1. It looks like it is Stevenson, but Hallisey gets the touch, 1:10.03 right at the top there in that green suit. Going well, the swimmer from Newcastle. 1 lane down from her, it is the youngster Darcy Smith of Portsmouth North Sea. Always has a strong second half of all of her races. In 5 there is Cara Muller of Guildford. And going down well in lane number 1, Stevenson of Milton Keynes. But still at the top, it's 1:46.66 for Hallisey. Stevenson, 1:46.90, and then Darcy Smith, 1:46.95. As Smith has a very good turn at White Hat, Portsmouth North Sea, 1 lane from the top to the bottom of those 2 swimmers. She's now moved ahead of Hallisey. They swim in the same age group category. Coming through strongly in 5, it is Cara Muller of Guildford City, but it will be Darcy Smith that stops the clock in this one. Or not, because the scoreboard hasn't stopped. We'll get those times in just a second. Smith touching the wall first there. As the backstroke wedges for starts, just go back in onto the block and into the water. And we wait for those results to come in. here are those official results for you of heat number 8. And here is your start list for heat number 9. In 0 for is Grantham, it's Grace McDonald. In 1, Amber Likely for Portsmouth North Sea. In 2, it's for Wigan Best, it's Isabel Liptrot. In 3, for Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson, it's Jessica Gable. In 4, for Rushmore Royals, it's Isabel Buist. In 5, for Stirling Swimming, Susie McNair. In 6, Northumberland and Durham Performance, it's Libby Freeman. In 7, for Basildon and Phoenix, it's Evangeline Pierce. In 8, for Cockermouth, Amber Rigg. And in lane 9 for Basketball Swim Squad is Rachel Webb. Freeman of Northumberland and Durham turns first, 32.11, just a tenth of a second ahead of Likely down in lane 1, and McDonald in 0 was third after 50 metres. Just going ahead now, stroke for stroke. In 1, it's Likely. In 6, it's Freeman. They are together, but going well in 4 down this second 50 for the Rushmore Royals. It's Buist. It will be Likely that goes over first after 100 metres, 107.12. But she gets her feet to the wall second. The quicker round the wall was Libby Freeman, 107.03. So the Portsmouth North Sea swimmer took in the speed. But around the wall it was the swimmer from Northumberland and Durham. Now that they are up and into the race though, we can't quite see Amber Likely yet. She's just out of shot as we go into this turn, and now it is Likely. She's moved ahead and she does get her feet to the wall first that time, 142.88 ahead of Freeman. Those two swimmers in the same age group, the 17 years age group. Third it was Isabel Liptrot, and fourth Grace McDonald in lane 0 for Grantham, the youngest in this race, at 14 years old. Likely now is about a body length ahead of Freeman. Finishing well in 3 is Gable of Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson. And it will be Amber Likely that stops the clock, 2:19.58. Isabel Liptrot, 2:21.20. Quick finish there, 36.16 her final 50 for Wigan Best. And Libby Freeman, third, 2:21.35. They are your official results of heat number 9. Here is your start list for heat 10. In 0, it's Kate Morris for Nova Centurion. In 1, Jessica Mellor, City of Stoke. In 2, Anna Green, Warren de Baths. In 3, Scarlett Major, Swansea University. In 4, Neve Ward, University of Bath. In 5, Rue Fowler, Team Bath. In 6, Lucy Hitchin, Repton Swimming. In 7, Matilda Bogle, Team Ipswich. In 8, Mia Collier, Black Lion. And in lane 9, it's Iona Colbert of Nova Centurion. In lane 4, Ward leads this one out, 30.53, ahead of 31.82 for Collier in 8. And Major in lane 3, 32.03. There is your race leader, Neve Ward. She goes through 75 meters. She's already significantly ahead of the rest of the field. Now looks like moving into second. It might be Major of Swansea University in that green hat. Also going well at the top in lane 8 is Collier. Ward goes over first, 103.78 from Major, 106.38. And it was Collier, 107 flat in third at the turn, just 3/100 ahead of Fowler of Team Bath in 5. Major and Fowler pretty much stroke for stroke now, as are lanes 7 and 8. That is Bogle and Collier. But out in front into that final turn, it is Ward going over 138.76. Scarlet Major gets her feet to the wall first, but Bogle had the better turn. And there is your race leader. No one's going to catch her now in this heat. Neve Ward will swim this heat out. But in the battle behind her, it looks like Rue Fowler. For a second there was ahead, but now Scarlet Major has moved ahead again. It will be Neve Ward, 2:13.49, then Major, 2:17.21, and Rue Fowler, 2:17.83. They are your top 3 in heat number 10. Neve Ward smiling there right on her entry time. And they are your official results of heat number 10. We now move on to heat number 11. In lane 0, Sophie Bromley, City of Sheffield. In 1, it's Millie Wells, City of Leicester. In 2, Rose Gubbins, Nova Centurion. In 3, Katerina Avramova of Ealing. In 4, Evie Dilly of Millfield. In 5, Pia Murray, Leyland Barracudas. In 6, Annabelle Wilkinson, City of Sheffield. In 7, Isabel Eiley, Anaconda. In 8, Natasha Whittle, Loughborough University. And in lane 9, Evie Stockdale of Royal Tunbridge Wells, Monson. Avramova leads down the first 50, 31.36 for her, 31.91 for Murray in 5, and 32.25 for Whittle of Loughborough out in 8. They were your front 3 after 50 metres. Going well though at the bottom of the pool in 0, 1 and 2. It's Bromley, Wells and Gubbins. They're bringing themselves back into this one down the second 50. Over first though, 105.36 Avramova for Ealing, still leading the way. A 32-year-old, been swimming at Ealing for a number of years. In lane 5 going well is Pia Murray. And right up there in 7, Eiley of Anaconda, having a good third 50. It is Avramova over first, 139.88 from Murray. With Rose Gubbins of Nova Centurion down in 2. Just getting ahead in that touch on that last turn ahead of Natasha Whittle of Loughborough. So it's all changed at the back, but not at the front. Katerina Avramova has led the whole way through this 200 metres. And she'll stop the clock. There's out of 2:13.72. Second was Pia Murray, 2:16.83, and Rose Gubbins, third, 2:18.89. Those results are now confirmed. There are your official results of heat number 11. This is the start list for heat number 12. This is your final heat. In lane 0, Libby Monday, Kingston upon Hull. In 1, Holly Robinson, Repton. In 2, Holly Marshall, Repton. In 3, Sophie Weston, Warrington Warriors. In 4, Honey Osrin, Loughborough University. In 5, Sophie Shaw, City of Manchester Aquatics. In 6, Annabelle Crease, Leamington Spa. In 7, Ella Turner, Plymouth Leander. In 8, Emilia Sansom, Wickham District, and in lane 9, Molly Garrett, City of Manchester Aquatics. It's Honey Osrin that leads down the first 50, ahead of Sophie Shaw and Sophie Weston. There in that centre lane for Loughborough, it is Osrin, as you would expect, as the fastest seed in this one. Will be Osrin that turns first. Time 1:03.77, 1:05.50 for Sophie Shaw, and 1:06.67 for Sophie Weston. Holly Marshall of Repton just behind Weston. In lane 2, there's a battle at the bottom of the pool, your screen, sorry. And in 6th, going well, is Crease of Leamington Spa. She is the youngest in this heat, 16 years of age. On to the final 50, it is for Osrin, 1:37.57. Just over 3 seconds ahead of Shaw of City of Manchester, with Weston still in 3rd. Less than half a second though ahead of Crease. No doubt about the winner of this heat. Honey Osrin comfortably through that 200 metres backstroke. She stops the clock in 2:11.38. Sophie Shaw just holding off the fast finish coming through there to go 2:16.53, just 3/100ths ahead of Sophie Weston of Warrington Warriors. That concludes the heats for the women's 200 metres backstroke. As we wait for those official results to be displayed on the scoreboard. After this, our next event will be the men's 100 meters butterfly. I'm pleased to tell you here are those official results. They are the results of heat number 12. There are the swimmers for the first heat of the men's 100 meters butterfly. There will be 12 heats of this one, and here is your start list for heat number 1. In lane 3, it's Santino Del Real of Chelsea and Westminster. In 4, Eamon Jujeridi of the Royal Wolverhampton School. And in 5, Daniel Cudaverde of Stockport Metro. All 3 of these swimmers swimming in the 14-15 age group will come in at a time of 1 minute. First at the turn, it was Juridi. Going well in 3 is Del Real. He's now opening up a lead. He's got about body length lead over the other 2 swimmers. Juridi with that fast start, but Daniel Cudaverde of Stockport Metro coming back well. They go into the finish though. It will be Santino Del Real, 58.88 him. 59.31 for Daniel Cudaverde, and Eamon Jujeridi 1 minute .28. All 3 swimmers under their entry times, and Del Real well under that 60-second barrier. So here is your official result for heat number 1. Here's your start list for heat number 2. In lane 1, it's Cian Lee, City of Peterborough. In 2, Oliver Parry, Aquawares of Rochdale. In 3, Ruben Cariantello of Tonbridge. In 4, Lachlan Parrott of Millfield. In 5, Dion Edwards, Swim Gwynedd. In 6, Theodore Rogers of Worcester. And in lane 8, Luke Brussels of City of Manchester Aquatics. There's no swimmer in lane 7. First at the turn, 26.83, Lachlan Parrott of Millfield, ahead of Edwards of Swim Gwynedd and Parry of Aquawares of Rochdale. That green hat of Millfield leading the way. Edwards trying to get back on terms. It's close at the front. Going well now in lane 1 is Parry. Is Lee, sorry. But it will be Parrott. He led the whole way, 58.56. For him, 58.87 for Edwards. Third was Cian Lee. A very good second, 1 minute .24 for him. Looks like Parrott and Edwards into the 58-second region for the first time. There are your official results of Heat 2. Here is your start list for Heat number 3. In lane 0, it's Max Haig of Wickham District. In 1, Rufus Bennett, City of Peterborough. In 2, Chengs Duan, Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson. In 3, Raheel Mahood, Romford Town. In 4, Aaron Bissett, Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson. In 5, Joshua Shepherd, Thurrock Swimming Club. In 6, Hugh Mason Williams, City of Birmingham. In 7, Thomas Goldup, Dover Lifeguard Swimming Club. And in 8 is Ethan Richards Knight of Chalfont Otters. It's Dwan that leads down the first 50. There he is, 26.42, he took that one out. 26.73 was Richards Knight, right up in 8. He touched second. Going well in 5, it is Sheffield of Thurrock. And in 3, Mahmood of Romford, but it will be Dwan that takes this one, 57.62. Richards Knight right at the top there, 57.73, and Mahmood does come through for third, 58.62. There are your official results for heat number 3. And here is your start list for heat number 4. In 0, it's Alexander Laurie of Leander. In 1, Joseph Way, Guildford City. In 2, Gabriel Shepherd, City of Leeds. In 3, Vasconcelos Blanche of Northampton. In 4, Wongasgun Pattersman, Plymouth Leander. In 5, Tom Hawkins, Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson. In 6, Davy Unwin, City of Manchester Aquatics. In 7, Thomas Wolfinden, City of Leeds. In 8, Rocco Giustiniani of Hackney Aquatics. And in lane 9, Henry Norman of Bromley. First at the turn was Way, ahead of Hawkins and Giustiniani, so spread out. Going well in lane 1 still, it is Joseph Way of Guildford City, coming through at the top in 7. Giustiniani now trying to build on that good turn. It will be Tom Hawkins that takes touch, 58.45, ahead of Rocco Giustiniani. He went time of 58.52. And third, it was Joseph Way, 58.80. There are your results of heat number 4. And here is your start list for heat number 5. In 0, it's Scott Fleming of East Kilbride. In 1, Dominic Simpson, Nuneaton Bedworth. In 2, Henry Dean, Thurrock Swimming Club. In 3, Miles Kinlan, City of Sheffield. In 4, Matthew Just, City of Leeds. In 5, Matthew Baker, West Suffolk. In 6, Ralph Sarecki, Mount Kelly. In 7, Felix Brockdorf, Guildford City. In 8, Samuel Ryan, Mount Kelly. And in 9, Catherine Jones, Mount Kelly. Dean turns first, 25.84 from 26.55 for Just. And 26.85 for Jones, right at the top of the pool. Going very well. In 2, it is Henry Dean. And back at him in 3 and 4. It's Kinlan and Just. The diagonal lead across the pool. It's going to come down to the top touch, and it is Henry Dean that takes it from Miles Kinlan, from Matthew Just. They are your first 3. Henry Dean stopping the clock, 56.80. They are your official results of heat number 5. This is heat number 6. In lane 0, Charlie Toms of Maxwell. In 1, Sam Smith, Skipton Swimming Club. In 2, Oliver Dade, Gloucester City. In 3, Robert Burgess, City of Glasgow. In 4, Oliver Saunders, Team Bath. In 5, George Snow of Millfield. In 6, Johan Cressley Rogers, Novi Sirgar. In 7, Samuel Sutcliffe, Ramsbottom. And in lane 8, Isaac Buchan of Northumberland and Durham Performance. Right at the bottom of the pool, Toms of Maxwell leads them out, 26.66. Still ahead at the moment. Going with him in lane 1 is Sam Smith of Skipton. Going well in 7. It's Sutcliffe of Ramsbottom, the youngest swimmer in this heat at 14 years old. But down at the bottom, touch is going to go to Charlie Toms of Maxwell, 57.14, 57.33 for Sam Smith, and Oliver Dade, 57.74. So your 1, 2, 3 in that one coming from 0, 1 and 2 lanes. There are your official results of heat number 6. Here's your start list for heat number 7. In lane 0, Rio Dado, Kingston upon Hull. In 1, it's Oliver Sheed, Plymouth Leander. In 2, Leo Pollock of Repton. In 3, Jake Chesworth, Maxwell. In 4, Tristan Lee, City of Cardiff. In 5, Kieran Lennox, University of Aberdeen Performance. In 7, Guido Miglierina of Brompton. In 7, Aidan Orpin, Sutton and Cheam. In 8, Balin Ashton of City of Liverpool. And in 9, it's Cameron Rapson of City of Birmingham. Lennox leads them out, 25.93. Then down the bottom, Dadu going very well for Kingston upon Hull in 0. But there is Lennox of Aberdeen in 5. Also going well down in 2, it's Pollock of Repton. And in 6, Miglierina of Bromley. Lennox 55.83 to stop the clock, ahead of Miglierina 56.62. And Leo Pollock of Repton 56.73 for 3rd. There are your official results of heat number 7. Here is your start list for heat number 8.
Yeah, Matthew!
In 0, it's Alessandro Donofrio of Mount Kelly. In 1, Oliver Watts, Team Bath. In 2, Samuel Piefish, Maxwell. In 3, Thomas Maskell, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 4, Harry Chandler, the Royal Wolverhampton School. 5, James Shevchenko, the Royal Wolverhampton School. 6, Angelo Gianni Contini, Newcastle Swim Team. 7, Matthew Hamilton, Plymouth Leander. 8, Jack Jenkinson, Skipton. And in lane 9, Callum Cox of Mount Kelly. Piefinch leads them out, 26.27 from lane 2. Head of Gianni Contini. And right up at the top, Cox was 3rd at the turn. Going well now though, it's Maskell in lane 3 for Northumberland and Durham Performance. Had a great turn. Also going well in 6, Gianni Contini still. It'll be those two that lead the way into the finish. And it will be Thomas Maskell, 56.88. Ahead of 56.95 for Angelo Gianni Contini. With 3rd touch there going to James Shevchenko, the Royal Wolverhampton School. 57.31 for him. There are your official results of heat number 8. Here is your start list for heat number 9. In 0, it's Ethan Subscreen of Millfield. In 1, Jack Brown, Sandwell. In 2, Abdul Jabbar Adama of Mount Kelly. In 3, Harley James, City of Cardiff. In 4, Albert Branch, Seven Oaks. In 5, Dominic Morgan, Leatherhead. In 6, Aaron Olkers, Mount Kelly. 7, Maxwell Adams, Team Bath. 8, Llewellyn Porter, Camden Swiss Cottage. And 9, Luke Tunstall, Mount Kelly. Llewellyn Porter gets a touch, 26.47, just ahead of Brown by 2 100ths, with Adama of Mount Kelly 1 100th behind that. So very tight down that first 50. Difficult to call here, going well in 5. It is now Dominic Morgan. He looks to have a slight advantage, coming through well for Cardiff. It is James in 3. But this could go anywhere, and it will be Morgan that stops the clock, 55.93. Aaron Olkers finishing strongly there, 26.47. And Harley James of Cardiff getting the third touch, 56.51. They are your results of heat number 9. This is heat 10 in lane 0, Freddie Ashley Sparks, Plymouth Leander. In 1, Jack Knight, City of Cardiff. In 2, Nicholas Finch, Chelsea and Westminster. In 3, Josh Kirtlew, Enfield Swim Squad. In 4, Gregor Swinney, City of Glasgow. In 5, Thomas Bealey, University of Aberdeen. In 7, Henry Gray, Chelsea and Westminster. In 8, Charlie Broom, City of Leeds. And in lane 9, Dylan Reeve, Mount Kelly. 25.27 for Swinney at the turn. Lane 4 just ahead of Bealey in 5, and Knight for Cardiff in 1. Bealey now, though, looking strong down these final 25 metres. He has the advantage, also going well in 2. It's Finch of Chelsea and Westminster. It will be Thomas Bealey from Nicholas Finch, with Josh Curlew finishing well for 3rd. 53.77 for Bealey there to take that heat. There are your official results of heat number 10. This is heat number 11 of the men's 100 metres butterfly. In 0, it's Peter Allen, University of Stirling. In 1, Luke Ibbison, Loughborough University. In 2, Lewis Maxwell, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 3, Aaron Fox, City of Sheffield. In 4, Joshua Gammon, University of Bath. In 5, Rhys Edwards, Swansea University. In 6, Robbie Hemmings of Poole. 7, Jack Hutchinson, City of Leicester. In 8, Kieran Grant, Beverley Barracudas. And in lane 9, Matthew Aldred of Watford. Gammon is first at the turn, 24.85, ahead of Ibbison in 1. See Gammon there leading the way. Body length ahead of the rest of the field. Going well now in 5. It is Edwards of Swansea, and going well at the top in lane 8. Kieran Grant of Beverley Barracudas. Josh Cameron, though, going to stop the clock here, 53.38. Kieran Grant did get the second place touch, 54.78. With Reese Edwards, 54.83 for third. Here is your start list for Heat 12. In 0, it's Brody Gordon-Gibson, Warren DeBards. In 1, James Woodward, Hatfield. 2, James Cleaver, Beckenham. 3, Cole Hewitt, City of Sheffield. 4, Jamie Ingram, City of Manchester Aquatics. 5, Jamie Robertson, University of Stirling. In 6, Ruben Robotham Keating, City of Manchester Aquatics. In 7, Dylan Gallagher, Swansea University. In 8, Antonio Rodriguez, Swansea University. And in 9, Riccardo Lucarelli of Mount Kelly. Ingram leads the way, 24.47. Jamie Robinson of Stirling in second at the turn, just ahead of James Cleaver. Ingram there in lane 4 with a clear lead over the rest of the field. Robertson going well in 5. Coming back in 7, it is Gallagher. It will be Ingram that touches in 52.35 from Robertson, 54.19, and Cleaver 54.91. They are your top 3 in this heat. There are your official results of heat number 12. That was our final heat in this men's 100 meters butterfly. Athletes will progress in their respective age groups, and they will swim in the finals this evening. That session starts at 5 o'clock. We now move to the other end of the pool for our next event, the men's multi-class 50 meters freestyle. There will be 2 heats of this one. This is your start list for heat number 1. In 0, it's Bruce D of Northampton. In 1, Archie Hare, Richmond Dales. 2, Owen Say, Nova Centurion. 3, Jacob Wood, Gloucester City. 4, Rowan Brennan, Basildon Phoenix. 5, Kai Gelsthorpe, Nova Centurion. 6, Alfie Penfold of Crawley. 7, Lewis Jones, Aaron Tridents. And 8, Xander Harris of Devonport. In 4, it is Brennan leading the way, the S10 athlete. He will stop the clock first, a time of 26.53. We're just watching now as Bruce D comes in to the wall. There is no Xander Harris in 8. D went a time of 34.98. Hare 31.81. Penfold 28.82. Jones 29.95. Gelsthorpe 28.92. Wood 29.64. And Say 29.83. We'll wait for those results for the points to come in. Yes, 10 athletes to touch the wall. First, Rowan Brennan, he's up against a world record of 23.16 from Andre Brazil of Brazil. So, again, in these multi-class events, not always the person that touches the wall first that will have the highest ranking at the end of the event. Swimmers score points based on how close they are to their world record, but not in terms of seconds necessarily, as a percentage. There are your results. On this occasion, it is Brennan that tops the points, but then you can see Owen Say and Bruce D in lower classification groups, jumping ahead of some of the other swimmers. We now move on to heat number 2. In 0, it will be Zach Washington-Young of Manchester. In 1, Jamie Curtis goes for Bristol. In 2, Stuck Sturgis for Bournemouth. In 3, Aidan Stanbrook for Winchester City. In 4, Kieran Williams of Newquay Cormorant. In 5, Thomas Navarro-Barber for Portsmouth North Sea. 6, Callum Pearson, Hastings Seagull. 7, Noah Burden of Statlight of Macclesfield. 8, William Perry of Ealing. And 9, Lyngdon Longhaul of Northumberland Performance. In 5, it's Navarro-Barber swimming in the S9 classification group. Going well, but taking it out is Kieran Williams. He's an S10 athlete. So again, against that 23.16 world record, you can see there Navarro-Barber getting a higher point score. His time of 27.49. As we look to the top of the pool for Lyndon Longhorn, he touches in a 44.72. He is the British record holder. We didn't have Zach Sturgis there in that one. So we see the point scores. Navarro-Barber is top of that one. Williams in second. Will Perry in third on points, just ahead of Zach Washington-Young. Perry with a time of 34.09. Washington-Young with a time of 34.62. We now move on to our next event, the women's multi-class 50 meters freestyle. In this one, here is your start list. Claire Cannon will go in 0 for City of Cambridge. Lily Rice for Pembrokeshire County in 1. Evie Lambert. Borough of Kirklees in 2. Astrid Carroll. Borough of Kirklees 3. Amber Haycock. Northampton 4. Megan Willis. Torvine Dolphins 5. Connie Rately. Colchester 6. Brooklyn Hale. Cockermouth 7. And Charlotte Hyde in lane 8 for Enfield Swim Squad. Claire Connon and Charlotte Hyde starting in the water. Everyone else going from the block. Last to surface in lane 3. It is Astrid Carroll. She swims in the S12 category. Going well in 4 and 5. It is Amber Haycock and Megan Willis, both S10 athletes, both racing each other here. They're looking good as they come into the final meters. It will be Haycock that takes it. Her time was 30.67. Willis 31.22. Carroll 32.07. Sorry, 33.15. Evie Lambert. Lily Rice 35.69. Claire Connon 39.03. So you can see again the way that the points play out. Connon, the S5 athlete, touched the wall in 9th, but finished in 3rd. Now we move on to heat number 2. In 0, it will be Fern Snedden, Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson. In 1, Eliza Humphreys, Northampton. 2, Rebecca Lewis, Rhondda and Taff. 3, Eva French, Nuneaton and Bedworth. Kellyanne Warrington goes in 4 for Tonbridge. Abby Kane for Stirling in 5. 6 is Ella Letton-Jones of Swim Gwynedd. Fallon Cooney goes for City of Manchester in 7. Amanda Redhead of Maxwell in 8. And Tegan Davidson of University of Aberdeen goes in lane number 9. Lewis, French, Warrington and Cooney racing each other in the S10 category. S6s in lanes 0 and 9. There's an S11 in lane 1 and S12 in lane 6. In 5 it's S13 and in 8 it's an S8. So we will have to wait for those points. Getting away well in those centre lanes, though it is the 2 S10 swimmers. They are head to head, French and Warrington. At the moment in lane 5, edging the way is Abby Kane. She swims in the S13 classification. with a visual impairment. She touches the wall first. Warrington comes in second, but scores higher points. Eva French there in third. So Abby Kane went 30.55, Warrington 30.76, 31.18 for Eva French. In the battle of the S6s on the outside lanes, 38.38 for Fern Snedden, ahead of 42.53 for Tegan Davis. Eliza Humphrey 34.58. Rebecca Lewis 33.35. Ella Letton-Jones 32.11. And Fallon Cooney 34.08 with Amanda Redhead 37.46. I think I've given you everybody's times there. There are the point scores for heat number 2. Those results are official. We're staying with the 50s. Our next event is the women's 50 metres butterfly. Haggerty goes in 1 for Thanet, Owen in 2 for Neath, Horton in 3 for Wigan Best, Lowe in 4 for City of Leicester, in 5 it's Fielding for Camden Switch Cottage, in 6 Smelt for Borough Kirtleys, and in 7 it's Jones of Stockport Metro. Going well down in lane 2 at the moment. It is Gracie Owen of Neath. She got a good start, coming through strongly. In 3, it's Eve Horton of Wigan Best. Now also coming through in 4, Alyssa Lowe of Leicester. It will be Horton that takes it 29.78 ahead of the fast finishing Smelt 29.82. Just a tenth ahead, second ahead of Gracie Owen. They are your results for heat number 1. Here is your start list for heat number 2. In 0, it's Anstey of Louth Dolphins. In 1, Savoury of Newcastle Swim Team. 2, Trail Stockport Metro. 3, Weston of Maxwell. 4, Crease Leamington Spa. 5, Aris Portsmouth-on-Sea. 6, Lawrenson Epsom District. 7, Chinakaki of Milton Keynes. 8, Jones City of Sheffield. And 9, Kennington of Plymouth Leander. Going well down in 0 in the early stages, it is Anstey of Louth Dolphins, and right at the top of the screen, also going well, is Ellie Kennington of Plymouth Leander. She is leading the way at the moment. Coming through in 4, it's Annabelle Crease. And also going very well in 2, it's Sophie Trail. But it will be Ellie Kennington stop the clock at 28.85. She came in with a time of 30.1, so excellent swim for her. Second was Annabelle Crease. Third, Sophie Trail. Here are your results for heat number 2. Here is your start list for heat number 3. Smith of Sandwell will go in 0. Tankard of City of Sheffield in 1. Compton of Wickham in 2. Thompson of Midlothian in 3. Tyres of Derby Excel in 4. Newburn Baronius of Maxwell in 5. Oliver of Aaron Trident in 6. O'Neill of Stockport Metro in 7. Knight of Guildford City in 8. And Weatherspoon of Heart of Midlothian in 9. Good start again from lane number 2 this time. It was Wickham's Annabelle Compton who got off to a good start, going well up in 7. Lily O'Neill of Stockport Metro, and right at the top, Layla Weatherspoon of Heart of Midlothian in 9. Coming through now, it could go anywhere, and it will go to Layla Weatherspoon, 29.46 for her. Olivia Newman Baronius finishing strongly to touch second. Third was Charlotte Thompson. There are your official results of heat number 3. Here's your start list for heat number 4. Holgate of City of Cambridge goes in 0. Greenhalgh for Norwich in 1. Sim of Guildford City in 2. Grant of City of Newport in 3. Greenman Beetham of Camden Switch Cottage in 4. Tinsley of Newcastle in 5. Makiki of Barnet Copthall in 6, Coates of Warren Abarth in 7, Maxwell of Northumberland and Durham Performance in 8, and Ashcroft of City of Leeds in 9. Once again, as the swimmers reset, this is heat number 4. There are 9 heats in this 50 meters butterfly. They're away this time and getting a good start down in 0. It is Georgia Holgate of City of Cambridge. She comes up in the lead. The bottom of your picture. Going well also in 3. It's Lucy Grant of City of Newport. She's having a good run here. And in 6, also going very well, Ria Makiki of Barnet Copthall. But it will be Lucy Grant of City of Newport Swimming Club that takes the heat, 28.69. 29 flat for Grace Greenhalgh of Norwich down in 1. With Onia Makiki of Barnet 3rd. That is your result for heat number 4. Here is heat number 5. In lane 0, Cool will go for Bucky. In 1, Brechin for Aberdeen Dolphins. 2, Wren for City of Glasgow. 3, Huggins for Poole. 4, King for Woking. 5, Parker for Millfield. 6, Grower, the Royal Wolverhampton School. 7, Davis, Millfield. 8, Spence, Chelsea and Westminster. And 9, Thornburg of Crawley. Going well in lane 4, it's Sophie King of Woking. She leads the way at the moment, but also going well at the top of the pool. Spence in 8 and Thornburg in 9. As we come into the finish, it will be that fast start of Sophie King in 4 that gets the heat at a time of 28.30. Indigo Spence, 28.72. In 8 for second, and Ella Thornburg of Crawley touches 3rd, 28.87. They are your official results of heat number 5. Here's your start list for heat 6. McCarty of Glasgow goes in 0. Robinson for Stockport Metro in 1. Hugh Hurst of Anaconda in 2. Yuda of Aberdeen Dolphins in 3, Johnson of Rotherham Metro in 4, Paisley of Chelsea and Westminster in 5, Sell of City of Bristol in 6, Robinson of City of Sheffield in 7, Murray of Harrogate District in 8, and Toe of Leander in 9. Down at the bottom in lane number 2, going very well, is Annabelle Dewhurst of Anaconda. She's got a good start, just out ahead at the moment. Now coming back in lanes 3 and 4, it's Yuda and Johnson as they come through, and this is going to be a blanket finish between those, and it will be Faith Yuda that gets the touch, 28.18, ahead of Madison Johnson, 28.42, and Charlotte Robinson of Sheffield coming through strongly for the 3rd place touch in that one. There are your results of heat number 6. Here is your start list for heat number 7. Watson of Northumberland and Durham Performance in 0. Tennant of Derby Excel in 1. Smith, the University of Bath in 2. Robertson of University of Stirling in 3. Pryor for Derby Excel in 4. Lawton for City of Bristol in 5. Widows of Mount Kelly in 6. Ford of University of Surrey in 7. Elliott of Loughborough University in 8. And Tallentire of Northumberland and Durham in 9. Going well in the early stages in lane 2, Annabelle Smith of Bath, and in 4 it is Georgina Pryor, also now going well in 5, Jessica Lawton. As we come into the flags and into the final 5 meters, and it will be Georgina Pryor that takes it from Jessica Lawton, 27.12 to win it there. Annabelle Smith of Bath touching in 3rd in a time of 27.98. Here are your results for heat number 7. As we move on to heat number 8. This is your penultimate heat. In 0, it's Smith for Norwich Swan. In 1, it's Evans for City of Bristol. In 2, Carter, Basildon and Phoenix. 3, Bradburn, Basildon and Phoenix. 4, Calderbank, City of Manchester. In 5, Camsall, Mount Kelly. 6, Lovell, Loughborough University. 7, Robertson, South Ayrshire. 8, Float, Plymouth Leander. And in 9, it's Cole of Modernian. Going well in the centre lanes. In 4 and 5, it is Calderbank and Camsall, but also going well down in 2. Good off the start was Sky Carter. Now, coming into the finish, it will be Jessica Calderbank that takes it from Flavia Camsall, and Clementine Lovell coming through strongly for Loughborough to get the 3rd place touch. There are your official results of heat 8 as we move on to our final heat. That will be heat number 9. Here is your start list for heat number 9. In 0, it'll be Eiley of Anaconda. 1, Goodwin, City of Leeds. 2, Phillips, Nova Centurion. 3, Freeman, Guildford City. In 4, Grieve, University of Stirling. 5, Rogers, Loughborough University. Wizard of Northampton goes in 6. Pazakinscate of Barking and Dagenham goes in 7. Klein, Mount Kelly in 8. And Fowler, 14 Bath in 9. Best start coming from lane number 5. That was Harriet Rogers of Loughborough University. Going well in 4, it is Lucy Grieve of Stirling. They are just edging ahead, but finishing fast in 3. It's Freeman, and it will be those 3. Grieve, followed by Rogers, followed by Freeman. 27.45 for the athlete from the University of Stirling. And here are your official results of heat number 9. Now we do have one more bonus event for you this morning. There is a swim off in the 18 years and over 200 meters backstroke. Annabelle Wilkinson of City of Sheffield goes in 4, and Amelia Sampson of Wickham District goes in 5. They both won a time of 2:20.30 in the heats earlier this morning to tie for 10th. So this is a swim off for a place in the final. So Annabelle Wilson, 18 from Sheffield. Amelia Sansom, 22 from Wickham District. It is very much a straight shootout here. Winner takes all. And that all is that place in the final this evening. At the moment, you can see why they tied after the heats, because they were stroke for stroke down that first 35 metres. But Wilkinson with the honours at the first turn, 31.82. Just over 2 tenths ahead of Sansom. Red Hat of City of Sheffield closest to us. Green Hat of Wickham District, they're in lane 5. Does look like Sheffield. Wilkinson has the advantage at the moment down its first 100. They go into the midway turn. It is Wilkinson 107.28 to Sampson's 107.42. Sansom ever so slightly quicker even, down that second 50. But now as they come off that turn, Wilkinson looks to have opened the gap again. As we come into the final turn, it will be Wilkinson leading the way. She's put in a 34.98 split there compared to Amelia Sansom's 36.54, and now she does have a body length lead down this final 50. She does look to be pulling away from Amelia Sansom. Has Sansom got anything left to respond with? Annabelle Wilkinson going past the 15 metres to go marker. Looks like she will have done enough to take this one. Reminder that their time in the heat was 2:20.30 to get them in to this swim off. And Wilkinson's just gone 2:17.59. Sansom's just gone exactly the same time again, 2:20.30. There is consistency for you. But Wilkinson takes that one with a superb, a gutsy swim in that swim off. There is the official results, confirming that Wilkinson will proceed to the final. Amelia Sansom will be the first reserve. Well, that concludes this first heat session of this morning. It was quick, it was exciting, and we will be back at 12:30 for some more excitement in the form of the men's 4x100 meters freestyle relays. So we'll see you shortly. Thank you very much.
Feeling that cost of living crunch? Labara are here to help.
All I want is great customer service and network, but for less.
That's why Lebara gives you 15 gigabytes of 5G data and unlimited UK minutes and text for just £10 a month. Plus, no contract, change or cancel anytime.
An excellent customer service.
So what's stopping you joining the bill-busting revolution? Lebara. More for less.
Half the town screaming out in vain, the other half is fake, but everybody's singing along. It's okay, we'll all soon be gone. Hey!